American Pickers ratings have slumped to a new low after Mike Wolfe admitted his fired co-star Frank Fritz can never be replaced. American Pickers returned on Wednesday, January 4, with stars Mike Wolfe, his brother Robbie, and Danielle Colby. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal ratings have hit a season low, as 711,000 viewers tuned in for the Wednesday, March 1 episode. The season 24 premiere kicked off strong with 943,000 fans watching. The January 11 episode had just 797,000 viewers tune in. Ratings were back up on January 18 as 934,000 watched. Ratings remained in the 900 zeros until February 1 and then dropped down to the 800 zeros through the month. The February 22 episode dropped the 700 zeros for the first time with 713,000 viewers tuning in. The season 23 premiere in January 2022 brought in a whopping 1,050,000 viewers. But viewers tuned out toward the end of season 23, as ratings dipped for the August 27 episode to 829,000 watchers. The series took a week off and returned on September 10 with 928,000 viewers. Fans have turned to social media to demand fan favorite Frank back. One person said, "American Pickers without Frank is like, watching the Patriots without Brady. Kinda sucks." One person wondered, "How's Frank doing?" A third demanded, "Bring back Frank. We miss him." Another exclaimed, "It's a new year. Bring Frank back, please." And Mike has agreed with fans. Last week, American Pickers host Mike shared that he has finished filming the current season and thanked his crew with a special live video tribute. He then shifted the conversation to his original co-host Frank, who was fired from the show in 2021. Mike said, "Nothing will ever replace Frank. We miss him very much like you all do." Mike, 58, even recently gave hope that fan-favorite star Frank could return to the show after suffering a debilitating stroke in July. While visiting Washington, D.C. in December, Mike was asked by Capitol Paparazzi if he would be willing to make amends with Frank, who was fired from American Pickers in 2021. He revealed, "Frank and I are friends. He was just at my brother's graduation for his kids right before he got his stroke. If anybody's thinking about Frank, they should be praying for him." When asked if he would ever make a return to the popular history series, Mike shared, "I would hope that he's gonna be back on the show, but right now he needs to get healthier. There's absolutely hope, 100%. He laughed off his rumored rift with Frank, saying that's absolutely not true. Frank last appeared on American Pickers during a March 2020 episode, as he took time off to recover from back surgery. The original cast member's firing was announced in July 2021, despite his desire to return to the history show. Frank left the show to recover from grueling back surgery that left him with 185 stitches and 2 rods in his spine. During his time off the show, Frank lost 65 pounds and was sober from alcohol. Frank also told the U.S. Sun that he checked into rehab for alcohol abuse in Iowa for 77 days. Frank said in 2021, "I went to rehab and I've been sober now for 11 months. I didn't like drinking anymore. My mom was an alcoholic and she died 5 years ago and it was alcohol related. My grandfather was an alcoholic and he died. That didn't sit well with me." Frank continued that he went to meetings twice a week after the stint. He added, "I don't think I'll ever have a drink again because I don't like the feeling anymore and some of the dumb things that I did." Frank continued, "I'm feeling really good. Life is good and I'd like to get back into the swing of things. I wish I had done it 5 years ago. I would have been a different person. It was the best thing for me and I wish I had done it sooner or I wouldn't be in the position that I am right now." Frank was hospitalized for a stroke on July 14 after a friend found him on the floor of his Iowa home. Frank's friends filed an emergency appointment of temporary guardian and conservator for the star on August 18, claiming his decision-making capacity is so impaired. He has been recovering at a rehabilitation facility. Frank revealed his feud with co-star Mike during a 2021 interview with the U.S. Sun. Frank said, "I haven't talked to Mike in 2 years. He knew my back was messed up, but he didn't call me up and ask how I was doing. That's just how it is." The show is tilted towards him 1000%. I can't even bend that far down to show you how much. That's fine. It's like you've got Aerosmith and there's Steven Tyler and he's the frontman. I found my spot, I'm second, and he's number one on the show. That's no problem with me, maybe he does have a problem. He even admitted, I think Mike wants to get his brother Robbie in there to replace me. I don't know why he's behaving like that towards me. Frank even threw major shade at the show with the merchandise in his Illinois antique store, Frank Fritz finds. In photos exclusively obtained by the US Sun, Frank is selling shirts that read, I want Frank back.